Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. I don't care where you come from, what you've been through, or who told you that you ain't enough. I'm here to tell you one thing. Always believe in yourself. See, life ain't fair. It's going to knock you down. It's going to tell you no. It's going to test you. But let me ask you something. Who are you waiting on to believe in you if you don't even believe in yourself? Let me tell you a little secret. God didn't put you here to be average. You weren't created to just get by. No, you were built for greatness. But you got to see it in yourself first. Believing in yourself is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve in life. It's not just a feel-good phrase or some motivational line. It's the truth. Everything starts with belief. If you don't believe in yourself, you've already lost before you even start. The way you see yourself determines how far you'll go, how hard you'll push, and how much you'll fight for the life you want. Too many people are waiting for someone else to believe in them before they take action. They're waiting for a friend, a parent, a boss, or even a stranger to validate them, to tell them they have what it takes. But life doesn't work like that. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you confidence on a silver platter. If you want to make something of yourself, it starts with you deciding right now that you are enough, that you are capable, and that you have what it takes. People will doubt you. They'll tell you you're dreaming too big, that you're not special, that success is for other people. And if you listen to them, if you let their words sink into your mind, they'll become your reality. You have to protect your mind from negativity like your life depends on it, because it does. The way you think about yourself dictates everything. If you believe you can, you will find a way. If you believe you can't, you will find an excuse. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first step to believing in yourself is deciding that you are worthy of success. Not because someone told you so, not because you have all the answers, but simply because you exist. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. You don't need qualifications to start working toward your goals. What you need is faith in yourself. Faith that even if you don't know how right now, you will figure it out. Think about every successful person you admire. They all have one thing in common. They believed in themselves long before anyone else did. They weren't handed confidence. They weren't born fearless. They faced rejection, they faced failure, and they kept going anyway. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's the ability to believe in themselves even when everything is stacked against them. You will have moments of doubt. That's human. You will have times when you feel like you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. But that's when you have to remind yourself that those thoughts are just that, thoughts. They are not reality unless you make them real. The moment you decide to believe in yourself, everything changes. You start taking action. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You start walking differently, talking differently. It's not about arrogance. It's not about pretending you're better than anyone else. It's about knowing that you have a purpose, that you have something valuable to offer this world, and that you don't need anyone's permission to step into that. Some people will call you crazy for believing in yourself when you have no proof yet. Let them talk. Because one day, those same people will be the ones asking you how you did it. The truth is, people who don't believe in themselves will always try to bring others down. They will project their own fears onto you. They will tell you that you can't because they never did. But their limitations are not your limitations. Their fear is not your fear. Their story is not your story. Just because someone else couldn't do it doesn't mean you can't. Believing in yourself is not just about thinking positive. It's about taking action even when you don't feel ready. It's about stepping out even when you're scared. It's about pushing forward even when nobody is clapping for you. You don't need applause. You don't need approval. You just need that fire inside of you that says, I will not quit. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. People don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they never fully believed they could win. They gave up too soon. They let fear control them. They let other people's opinions stop them from stepping into their greatness. Don't let that be you. You owe it to yourself to try. You owe it to yourself to see what's possible. The world doesn't give opportunities to people who sit around waiting for permission. It rewards those who take risks, those who step up, those who refuse to be limited by fear. The moment you decide to believe in yourself, doors start to open. Not because the world changes, but because you change. You start showing up differently. You start speaking with more confidence. You start attracting people and opportunities that match the energy you are putting out. At the end of the day, the only person who can stop you is you. It's not your circumstances, not your past, not your mistakes. It's the story you tell yourself about what's possible. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't. But if you tell yourself you can, and you truly believe it, nothing can stop you. You were not put on this earth to be average. There is nothing ordinary about you. The fact that you are here, alive, breathing, and able to think, dream, and create means that you have purpose. You were designed with gifts and talents that nobody else has in the exact way that you do. But too many people go through life settling for less than they are capable of because they don't realize what they were built for. They let doubt, fear, and other people's opinions shrink them down. They accept less, they lower their standards, and they live small because they have convinced themselves that greatness is for other people. Greatness is not reserved for the lucky or the privileged. It is not just for those born into wealth, those with connections, or those who had an easier start in life. It is for anyone who decides to claim it. It is for the person who wakes up every day and refuses to accept a life that is beneath their potential. It is for the person who is willing to do the work, to push past fear, to keep going when it gets hard. Being great is not about where you come from. It's about where you decide to go. It's about refusing to let your past define your future. Most people never tap into their full potential because they are too afraid to fail. They let the fear of failure keep them stuck in jobs they hate, relationships that don't fulfill them, and routines that drain them. They tell themselves it's safer to stay where they are, that trying something new is too risky, that stepping into something bigger is unrealistic. But the truth is, staying small is the biggest risk of all. Living a life where you never discover what you're truly capable of, where you never chase your dreams, where you never push yourself beyond what's comfortable, that is the real failure. You have everything you need inside of you to create a life beyond anything you have imagined. The only thing standing between you and that life is the belief that it is possible for you. The mind is powerful. If you keep telling yourself that you are just average, that you are not meant for anything special, that success is for other people, then you will live out that story. But the moment you decide that you were built for more, that you were created for something greater, that you have a purpose to fulfill, that is the moment everything changes. Nobody is born with all the answers. Nobody starts off knowing exactly how they will achieve their dreams. But the people who step into greatness are the ones who take the first step, even when they don't have it all figured out. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait until they feel ready. They start now, right where they are with what they have. And in the process of moving forward, they grow, they learn, and they become the person who is capable of handling the success they are working toward. If you were built for greatness, then why do so many people settle for average? It's because greatness requires work, it requires discipline, it requires sacrifice, it requires pushing past discomfort and doing what most people are not willing to do. That is why not everyone will achieve it. But if you are willing to put in the effort, if you are willing to stay committed even when it gets hard, if you are willing to believe in yourself even when nobody else does, then nothing can stop you. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, there will be moments where you question whether you are capable of making it. That's part of the process. That's how you grow. Every challenge you face is shaping you, preparing you, and building you into the person you need to be to handle the success you are working toward. The struggles are not there to break you, they are there to build you. You have something unique to offer this world. There's a reason you have the dreams that you do. There's a reason you feel pulled towards certain goals and aspirations. That is not random, that is not coincidence. That is purpose calling you. That is your destiny trying to get your attention. But it is up to you to listen. It is up to you to take action. Nobody else can do it for you. You were built to be great. You were built to rise above challenges, to overcome obstacles, to push past limitations. But you have to believe that for yourself. You have to make the decision to step into the person you were always meant to be. There is nothing stopping you except the limits you place on yourself. The moment you remove those limits, the moment you decide to stop playing small, the moment you recognize that you were created for more, everything in your life begins to shift. Success does not belong to the smartest person in the room. It does not belong to the one with the most talent, the most resources, or the best connections. Success belongs to the person who refuses to quit. It belongs to the one who keeps going when others stop, who keeps pushing when it gets hard, who finds a way forward when the path seems blocked. The difference between people who make it and people who don't is not luck, intelligence, or even skill. It is persistence. It is the ability to keep moving forward even when everything around you is telling you to give up. Most people quit too soon. They give up at the first sign of difficulty. They take rejection as a sign to stop. They see failure as proof that they were never meant to succeed. But the people who achieve real success are the ones who see failure differently. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every person who has ever achieved something great has failed more times than they can count. They have been told no. They have been knocked down. They have had moments where it seemed like nothing was working. But instead of quitting, they kept going. Instead of giving up, they learned from their mistakes, adjusted their approach, and kept pushing forward. The road to success is never easy. It will test you. It will challenge you. It will demand more from you than you thought you had to give. But that is exactly why so few people make it, because most people are not willing to endure the process. They want instant results. They want things to come easily. They want the rewards without the struggle. But success does not work like that. Success requires patience. It requires resilience. It requires the ability to keep going long after the excitement has faded, long after the motivation has worn off, long after the people around you have given up. The ones who make it are not always the most talented, they are not always the most gifted, but they are the most relentless. They are the ones who are willing to show up every day and put in the work even when they don't feel like it. They are the ones who refuse to accept failure as the final answer